Welcome back to Second Floor Basement, your go-to source for anime summaries and recaps. Hit subscribe and join the legion of anime aficionados and otakus riding the wave. Get ready for a wild ride with Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuuji Itadori, a remarkably athletic high school student, is told by his dying grandfather to use his strength for the benefit of others. His life takes a supernatural turn when he meets Megumi Fushiguro, a student from the Tokyo Metropolitan Magic Technical College, who is on a mission to recover a cursed object, specifically a finger of Ryoumen Sukuna, a notorious and powerful curse. The finger's energy, which Yuuji has come into contact with, attracts curses, leading to a dangerous confrontation. As curses attack Yuuji and his friends, Megumi tries to fend them off, but the situation becomes dire. Recalling his grandfather's words, Yuuji decides to consume the finger in a desperate bid to save everyone. This act results in Yuuji being possessed by Sukuna. However, in a surprising twist, Yuuji is able to suppress the malevolent spirit within him. Despite this, Megumi declares Yuuji a curse and prepares to exorcise him. Satoru Gojo, Megumi's teacher and a formidable sorcerer, arrives on the scene. He boasts about being the strongest sorcerer and demonstrates his might by overpowering Sukuna. Yuuji then shows his unique ability to regain control over his body. Gojo incapacitates Yuuji but is persuaded by Megumi to spare his life. Later, Gojo explains the precarious situation to Yuuji. The Jujutsu elders have ordered Yuuji's execution, but Gojo has managed to postpone this sentence. The plan now is for Yuuji to consume all of Sukuna's 20 fingers, 6 of which are already in their possession, to fully resurrect and then permanently eliminate Sukuna, even though it means Yuuji's own death. Yuuji agrees to this plan, wanting to make his life meaningful by saving others, and consumes another of Sukuna's fingers. Gojo then takes Yuuji to the Tokyo Metropolitan Magic Technical College to train and harness his newfound powers. Yuuji, Megumi, and Gojo team up with Nobara Kujisaki, the third first-year student at their college. Their first mission together is a field test in a building overrun with curses. Nobara encounters a challenging situation where a curse holds a young boy hostage. In a selfless act, she surrenders to the curse to save the boy, but Yuuji steps in just in time, allowing Nobara to defeat the curse. The episode also delves into Nobara's past, revealing her friendship with Saori and her decision to leave her rural town for Tokyo. After a month, the trio is assigned to exorcise a dangerous cursed womb at a detention center, but this mission ends in tragedy, with one of them meeting a fatal end. The trio investigates a cursed womb in a detention center, where they find themselves in a twisted and chaotic environment, with the building transformed and inmates brutally killed. Kiyotaka Ejichi, the assistant director at Jujutsu High, puts up a barrier to keep ordinary people away. They encounter a formidable special-grade cursed spirit. Yuuji decides to confront the spirit alone, resulting in a brutal fight where his left hand is severed. To combat this dire threat, Yuuji unleashes Sukuna. Sukuna, however, has his own plans and intends to let the special-grade spirit wreak havoc, but he changes his mind and kills it when it disobeys him. This victory also leads to Sukuna regaining one of his fingers and Yuuji's hand being regenerated. However, Yuuji is unable to regain control of his body, leaving Sukuna in charge. Sukuna, now in control of Yuuji's body, confronts Megumi and threatens to kill him. He is intrigued by Megumi's potential and delves into his past, revealing his motivation to save others, which began after witnessing his sister fall into a coma because of a cursed spirit. In a dramatic turn of events, Yuuji manages to regain control of his body, but the ordeal results in his death. The episode also introduces second-year students Maki Zenin, Toji Inumaki, and Panda, who inform Megumi and Nobara about the Kyoto Sister School Exchange event. Concurrently, the episode explores the sinister plans of cursed spirits Dagon, Jogo, and Hanami, who, along with human curse user Suguru Geto, plot to capture Gojo and ally with Sukuna. Yuuji, presumed dead, unexpectedly wakes up in a mysterious domain belonging to Sukuna. As the Kyoto Sister School exchange event approaches, Megumi and Nobara train intensively with Maki, Toge, and Panda. Meanwhile, Yuuji makes a dangerous pact with Sukuna, agreeing to let Sukuna take control of his body for 1 minute upon uttering the word "Enchain," in exchange for getting his heart back. Unbeknownst to Yuuji, this agreement also erases his memory of the pact. Yuuji is then resurrected, and Gojo instructs Shoko Yeri, the doctor examining Yuuji, to delay reporting his revival. Gojo is aware that the Jujutsu higher-ups orchestrated Yuuji's accidental death and begins training Yuuji to better control his cursed energy. Meanwhile, Geto instructs Jogo to use a special-grade cursed object, the Prison Realm, to capture Gojo, acknowledging that Gojo is too powerful to be killed. Jogo then ambushes Gojo en route to a meeting with the Jujutsu Tech principal. After surviving Jogo's assassination attempts, Gojo explains his unique ability. He can create an infinity around him, manipulating speed and cursed energy to prevent any attacks from reaching him. He then quickly transports Yuuji to Jujutsu Tech and returns to continue the battle. Gojo's domain expansion, Infinite Void, overpowers Jogo's, leading to Jogo's decapitation. Before Gojo and Yuuji can learn more about Jogo's affiliations, Hanami escapes with Jogo's head. The episode also introduces Mahito, a newly born cursed spirit, as part of the group including Geto, Jogo, and Hanami, who plot to trap Gojo in the prison realm and release Sukuna. Nobara and Megumi get acquainted with their counterparts from Kyoto Jujutsu Tech, including second-year Maizenin and third-year Aoi Tadu. Tadu challenges Megumi to a fight, nearly pushing him to his limit before Panda and Toge intervene. Meanwhile, Maki reveals her unique situation. Unable to use cursed energy, she relies solely on cursed weapons. Gojo confronts Kyoto's principal, Yoshinobu Gakuganji, accusing him of endangering the first years, and discusses the emerging threat of Jogo, Sukuna, and the talents of current students, hinting at an impending revolution. Elsewhere, Mahito murders 3 high school students, drawing the attention of a teenager who can see him. Junpei Yoshino, a student who skips school to watch movies, witnesses Mahito transfiguring and killing his bullies. Fascinated, Junpei follows Mahito, seeking to learn about cursed energy. Mahito introduces Junpei to his twisted worldview, as he is a curse born from human hatred. Concurrently, Yuuji and Kento Nanami, an ex-salaryman turned Jujutsu sorcerer, investigate recent incidents, encountering transfigured humans turned into curses. Yuuji reveals his curse technique, which amplifies the power of his punches. Nanami, realizing the true nature of their enemies, sends Yuuji and Ejichi to investigate Junpei, while he confronts Mahito. Mahito shares his philosophy with Junpei, viewing humans as disposable due to his ability to alter their souls. Junpei, relieved by the notion of guilt-free killing, confronts his teacher, who ignored his bullying. He nearly kills his teacher but is interrupted by Yuuji. Elsewhere, Nanami battles Mahito in the sewers, realizing the horrifying truth that Mahito's transfigured victims are still conscious and suffering. As Nanami's work hours hit overtime, he unleashes his full power against Mahito. Nanami emerges victorious in his fight against Mahito, who narrowly survives by reshaping his own soul. Yuuji forms a bond with Junpei over their shared love of movies. Tragedy strikes when Junpei's mother is killed overnight by a cursed spirit attracted to one of Sukuna's fingers, planted by Mahito. Manipulating Junpei's grief, Mahito convinces him that his school bully, Shota Ito, is responsible, aiming to draw Yuuji into a confrontation. Yuuji rushes to Junpei's school, arriving just as Junpei is about to take revenge on Ito. Junpei, now bitter about humanity from his experiences, confronts Yuuji with a lethal jellyfish shikigami, using his cursed energy technique that poisons on touch. Amidst their clash, Yuuji attempts to persuade Junpei to join Jujutsu High, suggesting that the school's adept teachers could assist him. However, the situation escalates when Mahito arrives, revealing his deceitful influence over Junpei. This manipulation takes a dark turn as Mahito horrifically transforms Junpei into a grotesque creature. Yuuji, in desperation, seeks aid from Sukuna, but Sukuna coldly rebuffs him, taking pleasure in the unfolding chaos alongside Mahito. The tragic demise of Junpei before Yuuji's eyes is a harsh awakening to the harsh realities he faces. This brutal loss shatters Yuuji's belief in his ability to save everyone, igniting a fierce and unbridled rage within him. He launches a furious attack on Mahito, his punches inflicting damage that transcends the physical, reaching Mahito's very soul, causing the cursed spirit to bleed profusely. As the battle intensifies, Mahito attempts a transfiguration on Yuuji's body, but this action provokes Sukuna. Emerging with a chilling threat, Sukuna declares that he will kill Mahito should he dare to touch Yuuji again, asserting his dominance in the chaotic and emotion-laden confrontation. In a fierce battle, Nanami and Yuuji relentlessly attack Mahito, exploiting his weaknesses. As Mahito faces potential defeat, he employs his domain expansion, trapping Nanami within. Inside the domain, facing imminent death, Nanami reflects on his past. Disenchanted with his unfulfilling corporate job, he rediscovers purpose after exorcising a curse for a bakery cashier, her gratitude motivating him to rejoin Jujutsu Tech. Yuuji, realizing Nanami's peril, breaks into the domain, which is more vulnerable externally. In the heat of battle, Mahito inadvertently touches Sukuna's soul again, provoking Sukuna to inflict grave injuries on him. Mahito narrowly escapes. A deeply troubled Yuuji confides in Nanami about the burden of taking a life and makes a solemn vow to never falter again. Geto, alongside Jogo and Mahito, strategizes their next move. Their goal is to gather all of Sukuna's fingers to unleash his full potential, starting with an assault on Tokyo Jujutsu Tech. The Kyoto class arrives for an exchange event and are shocked to discover Yuuji is alive. The event comprises 2 rounds, starting with a competition between the 2 schools. Kyoto students, following orders from Principal Gakuganji, secretly plan to eliminate Yuuji as he harbors Sukuna. Meanwhile, Gojo confides in Yutahime Iori, suspecting a traitor within Tokyo Jujutsu Tech. The Kyoto students commence their covert operation against Yuuji. The Tokyo students, however, had anticipated such a strategy and worked to split their opponents. Yuuji encounters Tadu, a Kyoto student who opposes the plan to kill him. Tadu, envisioning an imaginary long-time friendship with Yuuji, engages in a friendly fistfight. Elsewhere, Megumi confronts Noritoshi Kumo, while Maki prepares for a showdown with Kasumi Miwa. In the midst of their battle, Tadu imparts knowledge about cursed energy to Yuuji. Concurrently, Nobara is incapacitated by Mekamaru, a cursed energy-powered robot controlled by a bedridden young sorcerer. Panda engages Mekamaru, revealing his unique ability to switch between 3 distinct personalities. The battle culminates with Panda's gorilla persona emerging victorious. Mekamaru discloses his condition, bound to a bed due to illness but wielding cursed energy through mechanical avatars. Maki, who lacks cursed energy, surprises Miwa with her extraordinary physical prowess, defeating her. Nobara's imminent victory is thwarted by a surprise shot from Mai's revolver. The confrontation between Maki and her sister Mai unveils their tumultuous past in the Zenin clan, with Maki's departure for sorcery training and Mai's reluctant path as a sorcerer, fueled by resentment towards Maki. Miwa is swiftly eliminated from the event when Toge, using his voice command abilities, makes her fall asleep over the phone. The event takes a sinister turn with the arrival of a special-grade cursed spirit, leading to an abrupt end of the exchange event. Megumi and Noritoshi, engaged in combat, are forced to redirect their focus to escape, but the special grade blocks their path. A barrier is erected, specifically designed to isolate Gojo, leaving Toge, Megumi, and Noritoshi to face the formidable opponent. Kanami, the formidable special-grade cursed spirit, withstands the combined attacks of Toge, Megumi, Noritoshi, and Maki. On the brink of overpowering Maki, Yuuji and Tadu intervene, launching a counterattack. Hanami, unleashing his true power, is confronted by Yuuji's newly mastered Black Flash technique, learned from Tadu. Tadu's unique boogie-woogie technique, which allows him to swap positions using cursed energy, pairs effectively with Yuuji's Black Flash, giving them an edge against Hanami. As Hanami prepares to unleash his domain expansion, Gojo dismantles the veil encasing the battlefield. In a display of overwhelming power, Gojo grievously injures Hanami and decimates part of the forest, leaving both Yuuji and Tadu in awe. Elsewhere, Mahito secures one of Sukuna's fingers. Against all odds, Hanami barely survives Gojo's devastating attack. Meanwhile, Mahito's assault on the Tokyo school serves as a diversion for his theft of 6 Sukuna fingers and 3 curse wombs. Geto's impending Shibuya plan comes into focus, with a critical emphasis on incapacitating Gojo. Despite the chaos, Gojo insists on continuing the exchange event, now with a baseball game, allowing the students some much-needed respite. Megumi, Nobara, and Yuuji are dispatched to investigate mysterious deaths linked to Megumi's old middle school. They uncover a curse connected to these deaths and realize the threat it poses to Megumi's comatose stepsister, Sumiki. Meanwhile, Mahito and Geto further their nefarious plans, focusing on the cursed womb, death paintings. Amidst an ambush, Megumi is left to face a special-grade curse alone. Pushed to his limits, he recalls Gojo's advice, spurring him to unleash his domain expansion, Chimera Shadow Garden. After overcoming the curse, Megumi retrieves Sukuna's finger, leading him to reflect on his past and his relationship with his sister. Concurrently, Yuuji and Nobara face their respective opponents in separate battles. Yuuji and Nobara suffer from the decay technique of the cursed womb brothers, threatening rapid bodily decay. Nobara employs her technique to reverse the situation, leading to the brothers' defeat. Post-battle, Yuuji and Nobara contemplate the moral implications of killing humans. Finding Megumi asleep with Sukuna's finger, Yuuji is warned against its use, but Sukuna consumes it himself. 2 days later, Gojo discusses the suspected traitor with Yudaheim and compensates Mei-Mei. Tadu and Mei-Mei meet with Gakugenji, advocating for the promotion of several students, including Yuuji, Megumi, Nobara, Maki, and Panda, to grade 1 sorcerers.